Oh, you guys are talking movies. I'm not gonna scroll back. I don't think. I owe you a song? Ugh. Ugh. Hello. Ugh. I should be a professional. And just like, I don't know, it's just a weird thing being asked to perform. Hi, Brian. How are you doing? Who else is on here? I see EG. I see there's like a Justin is back. Buenas tardes, señorita. Señor. I was learning Spanish for a while and then I completely gave up. I can always get back on it. Hi, Nico. How am I? I'm very good. Thank you for asking. Hi, Hannes. Hi. Where are you from? Wilson. Like, I'm guessing somewhere Scandinavian. But you could be just, you know, in America or something. Should I wait a bit longer? Hi, Manuel. ¿Por qué? See, I was learning Spanish because I always wanted to learn Spanish when I was in LA because it's just like such a prevalent language there. And then when I moved back, for some reason, when I moved back to Canada, I was like, now's the time. And I did Duolingo seriously for a year. And then, yeah, I hit a block where I was like, what am I doing this for? That's my Spanish story. So I want to pick it up again. I think I just want to have people to actually speak Spanish with. Because otherwise, what's the point? What's the point? I didn't want to be learning something for the sake of, oh, isn't it good that I take it upon myself to learn things? I think sometimes that can be a bit of an ego trip that like, I'm trilingual or whatever. Like, you just kind of keep adding knowledge and like skills onto yourself just because it makes you look like you're busy or something. I don't know. You did the same with Italian? Yeah, I think I tried to learn Italian at some point too. And I have a niece who's like, well, she was learning Russian. And granted, she's like very into Russian writers and things like that. So she wanted to be able to read it in the classic Russian. But I also felt like it was a bit of like, Russian is so hard to learn. So I'm going to learn the thing that's so hard to learn. You can teach me German? My dad speaks German. My dad learned German in university like so many years back, and he just took it as like an intensive course, and he still retains it. Like, he can still speak German. It was a university course. No one does that, but he does. My dad's quite smart. You're from Austria. Ooh. We're in Austria. I've never been to Austria, but I've heard it's very, very nice. You can practice Spanish? Yeah, are you actually Spanish? Like, is Spanish your mother tongue, or what are you? German is really hard. But it's close to English, right? Am I wrong? I don't know. Everyone in Germany speaks English. Ooh. Carinthia in Austria? Carinthia. Okay. I almost said it like in a Spanish accent. Washroom equals bathroom. Soda. Wait, we say soda? Yeah, I guess we do. I don't like saying pop. What's that? Pop. Washroom. Yeah, you're right. People look at you funny when you're like, where's the washroom? And then they're like, you mean the restroom? And it's like, I'm not going to go take a rest. Anyway. It makes more sense to say washroom. I want to go wash myself. Wash. Anyway. Objects have like genders. You say like der Tisch, which means the table, but der, well, that's like French then. I speak French. So, well, I guess I'd have to learn all new different things. The people in Berlin did not speak English. Everyone I met in Berlin spoke English. You would get a song. I mean, like, maybe I'll sing you a little thing, but it's not going to be like a performance, okay, Justin? Because honestly, I don't know the words to many songs. That's kind of true. Like, who learns the words to songs? Okay, I'll give you something though. At the airport in Berlin. Yeah, I remember the airport being really disorienting. I do know Amazing Grace, but I've sung Amazing Grace. I've sung it. Was that? No, that wasn't the script. Yeah. Canadian national anthem in French. I don't know it. I must have needed to know it at some point. But I could sing it in English. Can I sing it in English? You heard it the other day? How does it go? Give me the lyrics. What was I was singing this morning, but I don't know the lyrics. You know, like, Come Through by, I want to say his name's Jeremy Zucker, and I think he's Canadian. Barbie Girl. No one wants to hear me sing Barbie Girl. Aqua. What happened to Aqua? Is Aqua like her, or is it a band? And who is she? And how did that become a thing that we enjoyed? Who liked that song, honestly? That is the weirdest song I think I've ever heard in my life. Like, just her voice. Why did people like that? Okay, this is all I'm giving you because this was in my head. But, like, yeah. Let me just, like, pull up the lyrics. Is that really sad that I, like, need the lyrics? Aqua is the band. Lena Nystrom. I like her name. That's like a superhero name. That's great. I don't know if I can sing, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'll, like, talk and then I'll warm up. How about that? How about that? Maybe I'll feel, like, more at ease once we're into the thing. Okay? Okay? Maybe a good song will come to mind. I should use it. I should use it. I really should. My mom asked me the other day, she was like, if there's one thing you don't do in this life, like, is there one thing you have to do, you have to accomplish? And I was like, I think if I don't make music, I'll be really sad and disappointed in myself. And that's pretty true. So I've kind of been sitting on things. Well, I guess I could kind of, like, sing you this song that I was trying to write for a while, and then I gave up on. I didn't give up on it. My Ableton kind of got messed up, and then I didn't have what I had put down. I didn't have, like, the beat that I was really, really happy with. This, like, resampled thing that I had done. But how did it go? So yeah, you guys can let me know if it's worth pursuing. So it goes like, she's got other things on her mind. It's taking up all of the time that she used to spend with me. She used to pretend to be what she's now achieved. and I'm happy for her. Can't think of anyone who deserves it more. She's finally coming into her own, hands and knees and feet. That's the beginning. Okay. Does that suffice? Is that good, Justin? You're like the boss of me now. Yeah. And then I had like a kind of a pre-chorus. Thank you. That I'm not too sure about. That was like, but if I'm being honest, I miss her, this sister. And then I don't know what goes there. Doom, 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 doom. Hey kid, you did good. You got everything that you said you would. Maybe you're a little late, but on no one else's timeline. There's no warning signs for the good light, for the green lights. They pass you by in my eyes. You're doing fine. Yeah, that's the chorus. So that's about all I have for that song. But I will continue writing it. I'll continue with it. Thank you. Thanks for making me sing, honestly. Thank you, because I actually I really enjoy it, but I get shy, whatever. Oh, Matthew, you're here. Hey. Okay, so it's like already 12 minutes in. Should I actually get into this? So, first of all, thank you for being here on a Sunday and understanding that just stuff came up yesterday. And so from last week, I had asked oh, do people want me to talk about something specific? And I believe it was you, Matthew, and I want to say Fatal Farmer. I believe that's his. No, really, thank you, Justin. Thanks for the nudge. I want to say his username is Fatal Farmer. You both wanted me to talk about certain things, and so I'm gonna try, but I also am gonna kind of talk about what I want to talk about. So I'm gonna take that as inspiration. I'm gonna kind of touch on it, but we'll see. So I believe this was you. So someone asked me. Yes, that was correct. Matthew, good. Okay, so you asked me about my travels and that you've only been to Toronto, is that right? Let's talk about you. Sure, what's up with you? Okay, we'll talk about you in a second, all right? I'm actually very curious about you. I want to know who you are. Okay, so he asked me to talk about my travels. And there's a part of me that was like, I don't want to talk about my travels because that's my past. And right now, the place I'm in, I don't want to talk about my past. I just don't, because I really feel like I'm not that person. And so I don't want to bring it up. And I know you're probably just asking about this because you're just curious. You it sounds like you haven't been to any places and you just want to hear stories about it. I don't know if you need to hear my stories about it. But so I kind of wanted to take the theme of travel and the past. And also someone wrote to me asking if I could talk a little bit about music and the power of music, that it transports you back to a time in your life. And so, yeah, I'm kind of steamrolling with all of that. No, but I'm going to kind of talk about it. And if you want me to talk about specific places just because you're curious about going there, yeah, I can. But I kind of want to take that idea of travel itself. So thank you for suggesting this. Travel itself and why we travel, and travel in a bigger kind of more, as, I don't know how to put it, in more of a, like, why we travel and why travel has an effect on us and why we time travel, right, in our minds, to put it that way. So I've used travel a lot in my life, like, as escapism, I want to say. Thank you. Meaning that, like, for a long time, I used to, like, get out of Dodge on my birthday, for instance, because there was too much pressure for me to have a good day. And so I would be like, no, I have to be somewhere else. And I would force travel into the equation because it felt like, oh, I don't have to deal with whatever I think my life should be and isn't on my birthday, you know, or like the chance that my life won't be what I want it to be on my birthday. So I'll just, like, you know, I'll control the schedule and I'll just remove myself. And travel also has this, like, effect of feeling like, look at me, like, I'm on an adventure, I'm seeing things, I'm doing things. My life could be shit, but I'm in Peru, you know, and, like, so that's something. And I'm experiencing things, and I'm talking to completely different people, and I'm learning all new kinds of things, you know, like, it can be really exhilarating in that way. And it's not that it, like, can take your mind off your problems, because I kind of am for taking your mind off your problems, but it can kind of fool you into thinking that you're transforming yourself. And that's why I titled this what I did, wherever you go, there you are. There's this, if any of you guys have seen Frances Ha, maybe I will talk a little bit about my travels then, because I can give an example of this. But if any of you guys have seen Frances Ha, like, I barely remember that movie. It's with Greta Gerwig, and it's all black and white, and it's a really good movie, and you guys should watch it. Well, that's, you know, like, everyone's different. So some people, this is just, like, me personally. Some people, they have completely a different relationship to travel. This is just me. And I've also had travel that, like, just came up spontaneously. It's kind of like the forced travel that I'm talking about. But anyway, in Frances Ha, there's this is my favorite scene in the whole movie, is, like, she's flown to Paris just to do something exciting. And I want to say, like, she has friends in Paris. She realizes that she didn't make any plans and that, like, no one knows her there. And so she's in Paris, and I think she's at, like, Café de Flore or something. And she's just lonely. Like, you know, and it's too last minute for her to see anyone. And it's this, like, big, exciting thing that's supposed to mean something. Like, I'm doing the thing that I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be exciting and spontaneous and go somewhere. And she's the same person. You know, she might as well have stayed in New York, because it's the same experience. It's just the surroundings have changed. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I know that. I know exactly that. Because you're you. Because you're you. And you can't escape that. You can't escape your, like, your inner, let me rephrase that. It's not that you're you. It's that what you're actually trying to escape is, to put it this way, like, a perspective, or what I kind of want to talk about is a state. A state meaning, like, a place of living. Like there's a geography that you're living inside of internally. Okay? And so when you travel, you're hoping to jump out of that state. That's actually why you're traveling. You're hoping, okay, this state will, like, leave with me, and I'll go to some other place. I'll live somewhat the other place, in my feelings, in my mind, in my beingness. That's why we travel. We want to experience a different kind of beingness. And sometimes, like, it works. Honestly, sometimes it works because we don't have all of the same stimulus coming at us. We don't have the same people. We don't have the same, like, plants and trees. We don't have the same foods. Like, everything feels different, so we feel different. and we go, oh, it worked. This is so exciting. I'm addicted to traveling now. And so I'm not going to say like that it's not a beautiful thing to take part of. And it is like, I know a lot of people actually like have completely transformed through travel, through meeting all kinds of different people. But I would say that what's actually happened is like they let go of the old story enough and they changed themselves. Like they changed their inner states whilst traveling. Because if you don't let that go, it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you're on the beach. No one actually wants to be on the beach. No one cares about being in Costa Rica. You don't actually care about being there. What you care about is the feeling of being there. And this is what like advertisers have been saying, and this is what like, I forget who told me this the first time, but it's like, you want something because you want how you think it will make you feel, okay? But it's not an emotional feeling. When people hear this, and this is a lot like Neville Goddard, who I've talked about on this channel a lot, and I love, he talks about this too. He talks about like feeling is the secret. All of you need to go read Feeling is the Secret, and it will change your life. But a lot of people misconstrue this because they think, oh, I want to feel happy. Right. So all of these things that I'm trying to do it in order to feel happy. No, you're not trying to do it. Like, happiness is so shallow. Emotions are so shallow and so like temporary. So let that go. Okay, it's not that like you want to be happy all the time. That's not actually what you want. You want a state. You think that going to Costa Rica, being on the beach, will give you like this sense of completion and rest and like freedom and beauty. You think like, oh, I'll just be able to breathe there. There's like a state that you can kind of imagine that is conjured up when you imagine being on the beach. Okay? There's something that like releases in you when you picture being on the beach, and it's not an emotion, it's a state. Okay? But that, because it's a state, because it's an inner state, is for you to find and locate. And that is, and it's available to you at all times. Okay? And when you can embody that state as a way of being, then you get to have it at all times. And there's nothing outside of you that you really need anymore. You don't need to be in Costa Rica. If you want to go, you can, but you don't need it because you've given it to yourself. And also, the more that you live in a state, the more that your outer reality will start to reflect that. So the more that you live in a state of ease and completion and freedom, the more that your world will be like, that's where she lives, and it will reflect that. But you embody it first. It starts inside. So, and I've been like really living in the state, I guess. There's like, if you guys are interested in this, I can talk about it. Like Neville Goddard specifically, and this has to do with manifestation, but he talks specifically about the state of the wish fulfilled. Now there can be like any wish fulfilled, and this can be as detailed or as vague as you want it to be. And it could be as simple as like, for some people, you know, like manifesting an SP or something, it's like the state of being married, let's say. And you live within that state. So again, that's like not an emotion. That's like a place of, there is something for you, and that's why you want it. And you want that state. You want that feeling of being married. You want that like, I don't know what it is for you, but you want the like ease or the comfort or the support or just like the excitement to go home and see the person you love or whatever it is. And you want to live there, okay? It's for you to live there. It's for you to live there. And then your whole world changes because you can't help but. So that's what I wanted to, yeah. That's what I have to say about travel. Basically that like the travel is within you. Does that make sense? The travel is within you. Go within and you'll be there without. So with virtual traveling, I think so. Yes. And also I just want to say like, guys, you're like, we're always in our imaginations. We're always in a state. So, yeah, I do want to say that too. Like, you're in a state right now. So if you like your state, okay. If you don't, the way that I think of this might be a terrible analogy, but honestly, it's like, it's just because the past week I've been going really hard on this, and the way that it feels for me is like I have Harry Potter's invisibility cloak on me, and I can feel it slip off. And I'm like out about in the world. I'm like in the state, and I'm out about in the world, and I can feel it slip off. And it's like, if it falls off, like suddenly everyone can see me. I'm in the library or whatever, and everyone can see me. The lights go on, you know, or whatever it is. And so like you want to keep it on until it's your natural state, until it's who you actually are, because the state that you're within, like, it's just another state. Okay, so like you're trying to switch over into the new one. Oh, you love my shirt. Thanks. Someone mentioned that. Hi, Elizabeth, by the way. I was thinking about you. I'm glad you're here. Someone said they liked my poo shirt, so I wore it for whoever that person is, but I love it too. Virtually. Cool. Yeah, I think it counts. But I also want to say, so I also want to talk a little bit about imagination, and I want to talk about, yeah, my beauty water. Hi, Minimuka. Good morning. Okay. So I also kind of wanted to talk about, yes, I wanted to talk about music, and I wanted to talk about imagination, and sure, let's talk about virtual traveling. In a way, I want to tell you guys, like, to be more participatory in your content. Is that like a weird word of saying it? But in your entertainment, I think that's a better place to, I think that's a better word for it. Meaning that, I think unfortunately, and it's not your fault, a lot of people have lost their imagination or have like lost their natural innate tendency to travel within, you know, to imagine, to play, to be like open and conjure up these like beautiful places and find within themselves like those feelings and inhabit those worlds. Like, that's why I became an actor, because I was just glued to that. And I remember, you know, when that gets like ripped off you, it feels awful. You're like, oh, I'm an adult, I guess. And I think that's why I'm an actor, because I wanted that feeling back. I think we're actually meant to live there. We're actually meant to imagine all day long, because everything is imagination. It's just that like school teaches us like, no, I'm going to tell you what to imagine now. I'm going to tell you how things are. I'm going to tell you what to think about. I'm going to tell you what to focus on. I'm going to tell you what your life is. You don't get to decide how things are anymore. You don't get to decide who you are anymore, or any of that. Like, so it's robbing you of your rich imagination. Okay, and with entertainment too, I'm not like against entertainment, but I think you have to look at, to put it this way, like what state you want to be in, or what your life you want to have, or what you want to believe about the world, or what you want to believe about yourself, or what you want to believe about relationships, or what you want to believe about children or marriage or whatever it is. And you want to look at the entertainment and say like, am I getting that? Is this feeding that imagination that I'm cultivating for myself, or is it not? Okay, so that's number one. And if it's not, if it's telling you a story, or rather if you're taking a negative story from it, please don't watch it. Okay, please don't watch it. And I don't care if that's like, it can like, don't watch Blind Date. Okay. Don't watch the news. Okay, so that's number one. But also, like, something I like to do when I'm watching movies, and no one ever talked about this before, and I was like, why am I the first person to think of doing this? Like, I make it like an IMAX experience for myself. Cultivate your imagination, guys. Like, grow it, because you can go anywhere, and then you get to go anywhere. When I watch a movie, when I remember to, I like give myself the sensations and the like full 5 senses of the movie. I put myself there. Okay? So if like someone shakes someone's hand, this is just like for my own fun. And also I'm an actor, so whatever, maybe this is just like a thing for me. But I like feel the touch of that person's skin. I give myself like a full sensory experience, and it's so fun and it's so rich. Or like if an actor is saying something, I'm like, no, they're not talking to that character. They're talking to me. They're just talking to me. And I imagine they're like right there in my bedroom, and they're just talking to me. And I can see the pores on their skin, and they're like, they're my best friend. They're my best friend, and they're there for me. They're an angel sent just for me, telling me exactly what I need to hear. And when I listen to music, this is why I'm like, you can co-opt things to serve you. So with sad songs, okay, there's a part of me that's like, don't listen to sad songs. Just don't do it. However, you can change the perspective of the song if you really love it. And if there's like some song that's like, I don't know, someone being really upset, whatever, you can make it be like about this person that you haven't heard from in a really long time, that you really want to talk to you. You can like put the lyrics in that person's mouth, that they're like missing you so bad. They're missing you so bad. And everything they're like so upset about is because they miss you and they love you. And that song is a song about you. That song is a song about their love for you. So you can like change the point of view. You can change the perspective, okay, of songs or of entertainment. And this just makes, that's why I'm like, don't just like sit back and take it. Like, make sure it's all nourishing. It's all like life-giving. It's all reminding you of who you are and making you feel loved and beautiful and important. Not just entertainment. That's at least how I engage in things at this point. And then, yeah, like, as for the question about, you know, songs that are able to transport us back in time, I think I'm going to have to do another video or live stream about this. Okay, all that exists is the present moment. That's great. To Barbie Girl. I don't know the lyrics to Barbie Girl. Who knows the lyrics to Barbie Girl? Okay, all that exists is the present moment. Okay, so any like memories you have, and people who study memories will say this, that every time you recall something, it's like you're making a Xerox copy of the memory. All right, so it's why testimonials are horrible. Like, they don't matter basically in court. We don't care about testimony because it's so unreliable. So all that exists is the present moment, all right? And every time you go back to the past and you look back on the past, what you're actually doing is, from your current state, right? From who you are being right now, you're looking back to certain events or certain people or certain feelings maybe even, and going, oh yeah, that was that. But no, what it is like, for you in the present moment, that time is this. Does that make sense? Like, it's all relative to where you're holding right now. So sometimes we hear a song and it takes us back to that moment in time, and it can be beautiful, it can be sad, it can be whatever it is for you. But what you're actually responding to isn't back there. You're not actually responding to the memory. You're responding to who you are right now. That is still there, if that makes sense, that you've still been holding on to. And I don't know too much. There's like this book on like how the brain reacts to music that has been on my bookshelf forever, and I haven't gotten around to it. But but I know that music is incredibly like emotional and evocative, and so it etches into our brain really directly. You know, it like kind of plugs in a perfect way, and so I think that's why it can bring us back to those. It's not that it can bring us back; it can like kind of dig into those things that are still there, that we've still been holding on to. They've just maybe been dormant for a while, and so it's almost like I'm like doing this because I'm like, I really don't want to say that they're like resonating or something like that, but it's almost like that. You know what I mean? It's almost like the hitting a glass of water and it starts to vibrate, and then whatever is in the same frequency vibrates with it, because it goes like, oh yeah, that thing that is still there is now making sound, making music. But you get to reinterpret it, I guess is what I want to say about that. You get to reinterpret it when you change, and this is also like how you know you've changed, is like when you hear a song or when you watch something or when you read something or when something familiar shows up again for you and it has a completely different meaning. That's not the book, that's you. That's you that's changed. Okay. Have I talked enough? Of course you have. Someone today was like, do you take notes? And I said, no, I don't. And then he's like, how do you do that? And you just talk for forever. And I was like, I don't know. I just talk. I just say what's on my mind. And I just trust that it'll all be okay. That it'll make sense for everyone. You try to become the characters. Yeah, and I think like a lot of people do that naturally, but that's also what I want to say is like, if you have a natural tendency to like identify with the villains or whatever, and you don't want to see yourself as a villain anymore, or you don't want to see yourself as like a victim anymore, or whatever it is, if you're trying to change something, then be more conscious about who you see yourself as, you know, while you're taking in entertainment. See the world beyond the maze. Sure. Is that something I said? Okay, okay. Virtual travel. Okay, so what's going on with you guys? Post-it notes. I know, but my notes were like, talk about this, talk about that, talk about this. Yeah. And I gave that up. Did I talk about? I think I talked about everything. So anyway, Matthew, if you do want me to talk about specific places, I can. But anyway. Yeah. But see, you can change that. Sorry, I'm just responding to that, like, that's about context, right? When you hear an old song that you and a friend like and that friend has passed away, it turns a happy song into a sad song because of how you and your friend used to listen to it. Yeah. Yeah. You can have it mean whatever you want to, though. If you really like that song, it can be happy again for you, actually. Because it means like you're present with that friend in that moment when you're listening to that song. Don't we want to actually be with them if they've passed away? Do I ever compare a song's lyrics to my own life? Yeah, of course. I don't know if this is like reticular activating system or this is everyone as you pushed out. You know, those like, oh, it's like they know me. They know me. So I don't know if we're like paying attention to the things that are relevant to us in that moment because of where we are, or whether it's reflecting back at us. But that definitely is a thing. Like when you're going through a breakup, you find the songs that are all about you and your relationship, and you're like, if you're going through a breakup, do not do that though. Or, like I said, make every song about the other person and that they're so upset and that they want you back. If you want them back. Or just don't listen to it. You'll need to watch. Yeah, get to bed. Working at 6 hours? Bye. Go away. I want you to get some sleep. Bye, Brian. Listening to some songs because they have such meaning and memories. Yeah, and being emotional. So, like, being emotional in a way is a beautiful thing and is, like, really, there's release in that. It's more about what you're thinking of in those moments. And so if you have negative thoughts or something like that, you want to just like be aware of that. That's why it's like I don't care if you get emotional while you listen to a song. It's just, are you telling yourself something negative about yourself or about your situation? And that you shouldn't be doing. The real question is, have you been to Australia? Would you like to come to Australia? I would like to come to Australia. Will you purchase me a plane ticket? No. I would love to go to Australia. One of my nearest dearest friends is from Australia. So, I would. I would go there in a heartbeat. He goes to like just outside of Melbourne. I have a question. Why is it only the south? What's in the north of Australia? Like along the coast there? Why aren't there cities along there? Is it totally uninhabitable? What kind of music do I like? I only like my own music. What kind of music do I like? I like a lot of different music. And for me, it depends on... I used to be sad indie girl. Yep. And, you know, like that kind of like floaty, like dreamy Bon Iver music that's like, or like I was really, really into this band Sylvan Esso for a long time, who I still think that singer is like, I don't know, there's just something so beautiful about her voice. It's just like a duo. He does like all the instrumental and she sings. If you guys remember the song Coffee, that's them. If you guys remember, like, get up, get down, get up to get down. So I was like really into that kind of like floaty, dreamy music, sad music. And I didn't know it at the time, but that wasn't really helping me. So now I've been listening to a lot of pop music, but I think I need to be more choosy. And I think I need to stop listening to sad songs and making them about me. It like made me feel good for a while, but I think I need to stop that. And I also like classical music. And I like some rap. But I don't know if that's me just like trying to be someone who likes rap. You know? And I don't love music that's like bad bitch music. That's like, I'm so hot. I don't know. I don't know if that's just like some kind of resistance I have, but sometimes I find it like, oh, and this is also why. Because any music that's like, you treated me wrong and now look at what I have or whatever, I don't agree with that perspective at all. Because because you made your reality. So like you're just holding on to like the fact that people have wronged you or whatever, and now you're like, and look at me now. What you really should be saying is like, I had these shitty beliefs about myself, and I accepted things that I didn't actually like, and I created things that I didn't like, and now I finally put myself together. So go me. That's actually what the song should be about. Yeah. It also has me like very conscious of lyrics that I would want to write for myself, because I think there's a natural tendency to kind of like, let me write about the sad thing in my life. And I don't want to do that. Like my piano teacher tried to get me to write a blues song. And I came back to him and I was like, the blues just sounds like complaining to me. I don't want to do it. And he was like, okay, fair enough. It is. It's like, I'm so sad now that this happened. This happened. Anyway. Rap not music. Rap isn't music. It is music. And I went through a period where I loved spoken poetry too, so I think like I'm really impressed at people who are like really good with words. I love it. I love that. It's just some of it's kind of repetitive and boring. Like if you're actually talking about something interesting, okay. And there's certain artists that do that, but I don't really care if you're cool. I like Mac Miller. I really like Mac Miller. Yeah, so like rap is 100% music. What needs, you need a rhythm. Rhythm is like, you need rhythm, and then you need some kind of melody. Something, and it's music. That's music. That's all you need. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that. Good lyrics. Yeah, I mean, like if the meat of the song is the lyrics, then the lyrics better be really good, and the story better be something that like I want to live inside, you know, that I want to learn and I want to like repeat and I want to play with. Yeah. I like words, so I appreciate what they're doing with words and rhythm in rap. That sounds so intellectual. Like about rap music, like aren't I supposed to just be like, yeah, it's dope. Run DMC. I don't know a ton of, yeah, like classic rap used to just be more fun, didn't it? Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear, classic song, great song. Great song. Evanescence is my all-time favorite. Is it? Sorry, did I just laugh? Is Evanescence your favorite, Justin? Army is, wait, Amy is cool? I guess it is. Sorry. I'm not into it. I'm not into it. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. Like even, I don't know why, but this just like crossed my mind about like taking entertainment and like using it to my liking, you know? Is like, I think I've talked about this before, about Demon Slayer, that I finished the first season of, and now it's gone. So I'm like really curious about archetypes, and that's the best way I can put it, like symbolism in stories. And so it's super gory, and it's incredibly violent for someone. I'm surprised at myself that I'm watching it, that I watched it. But I'm really interested in like demons, like what that represents for us. And I think of it like our negative thoughts, like our negative states, like our lowest, basest, most like neglected selves. And that's what the story is reflecting back. You know? And that to be like purified, that to be saved, and that like feeding on other humans or being contagious or that kind of thing, you know? You don't have to pick a genre of music. Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's one genre that's better. And I think if you're like really stuck on a genre, you're kind of limiting yourself. Okay, is there anything else you guys would like to talk about or like to ask me? Otherwise, I'm probably going to sign off. Yeah. Music, music, music. No? Okay then. All right. Well, if there is something you would like me to talk about in future live streams. Oh, that's all right. Thank you for being here. I'm good. I'm really good. Spring finally is here, and yeah, I'm like going through major changes, but I think in a good way. I don't really feel like talking about Far Cry. Like Far Cry, does it bother me? No, it doesn't bother me, and it's not like I want you to know me. It's that I just think there's more interesting things to talk about. But I just think there's more interesting things to talk about. There's only so much I can say about it. I'm glad you guys have gotten so much from it. Oh, you're so welcome. I hope I kind of talked about it. I used it as a platform. And I hope you got to travel, by the way. For like everything that I said, if it's a dream of yours to travel more, then you can have that. And I hope you get to experience other places. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Justin. You're one of my new favorites. I really appreciate having you here. Yeah, I really like your energy. Okay, guys. All right, I'm gonna sign off now then. Okay, so have a beautiful Sunday, and oh wait, there's a demon book for me called Dictionary. Okay, maybe I'll look into that manual. You're going to Queensland. That's great. Okay, you're such an interesting person. Mad Mikey 04, it has been fun. All right, I love you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.